Hello YouTube, welcome back to The Binding of Isaac. Oh, I'm not on the window. Afterbirth Plus, that's the full title, The Binding of Isaac, I'm not on the window, Afterbirth Plus. Now, will we do an Eden run, or will we do... I haven't played as a Polyon for a while. Actually, let's entrust ourselves to full RNG. Ew, we got Lilith. Ew. Horrible. Thank you for all Gloria for 21 months in a row and for the first sub and or resub of the week. Hey Flik in chat, so 21 months is almost a year, right? Yeah, you're catching on, good. RPD, Raccoon City Police Department, VRH40 is the seed if you want to play along, playing as Lilith. Well, maybe not for long, it's been a while since I played as her, for obvious reasons. And thank you Rizalik for another 21 months in a row with Twitch Prime this time. Finally back to my normal schedule in time for the stream, almost a year. You're also catching on. Although you cheated by copying Evil Vice President. It was a, you can copy my homework but make it slightly different situation. So you used Twitch Prime to try and cover it, but we caught on. That's the tiers that feed into each other. I don't know if that's a good tier effect. Is it a good tier effect? I'm genuinely not sure, especially when it's Incubus firing and not me. I guess it is kinda a good tier effect. It's interesting, and we could, well actually, given that we can double up our tier effects, or our tier shooters, that's twice a chance, where am I going? Twice a chance for them to feed into each other. I'd rather not use Box of Friends until the boss, but we'll see on the boss how it really works. Hello Man Magpie, hello Funtime Warren, anyone else just coming in? I haven't started yammering about anything in particular yet, because I'm aware people are still coming in. I think I started a whole 2 minutes early, and that won't do. Hello Serenity. What we really want is a bomb. One of your finest bombs. Not one of your store-bought bombs, because I have no money. One of your free bombs. Well, maybe after the boss. Ragman is your first floor, at least it's not a champion. That's the nicest thing I can say, but he is the one of the worst, if not the worst, first floor boss. Yeah, I think he's worse than Headless Horseless Headman. I also wish my tears weren't red when the eyes explode or whatever they are. We got through that pretty well though, the damage was building up. Got some free HP. Would have preferred a stat increase, but that's okay. So any of you were having problems with your internet? With your internet. I feel like my diction there, or my enunciation was terrible. I'm getting warmed up, I'm a little stuffy. I don't know if it's just a lingering cold or allergies or what, just feeling a little stuffy. Ooh, we could have afforded a bomb, so let's try that. And there is a bomb. Fine, I will take one of your precious store-bought bombs. Better be worth it, though. Your internet was crapping out this morning. Ah. Oh, after mentioning before I started recording for YouTube that I lost my Patreon list and had to go find it, I found it and never did a bloody shoutout. And since Rydog is here, and I don't think he was in the shoutout list last month, let's say that this episode is dedicated to Rydog1391, who is present in chat. I'll give that a little tick to say I've done it. Thank you. Also, I'm pretty sure something I've eaten is played up with my stomach again, and I'm trying to work out what the hell it was. I had that delicious gammon thing I told you all about on Sunday. I don't think that did anything. I think gammon was fine. Hello, look. Most of you have missed this because we talked about it during Once Honor, but we ended up doing a very bad Twitch cliche and spent a long time talking about food. I think what started the topic of conversation was just like an offhand mention that I'm trying to watch what I eat a bit more in 2019, both in terms of like stuff that sets off my IBS and just in general stuff that isn't terrible for you. So I think that's what got the topic of conversation started. You've got to try and find your trigger foods, unfortunately. And I think I know some of mine, but I'm trying to think back. Like, what could it have been this time? And I'm not sure. Hello, Tony. And Azure. And thank you, Tony, for 14 months in a row. We need to come back. Oh, no, we got a bomb. Never mind. Wow, almost half a year already. Who would have guessed? Now, hang on a second. That doesn't seem right. I think you might got your timing off there. Did I have any delicious cheese? I have not. Oh, wait, you know what? I did because I had my Subway. But you don't get very much cheese on a Subway thing because they just use those... Oh, this is guaranteed damage. They use those, like, slices of pretty thin cheese. But yes, now that I think about it, on my day off, I had Subway. I had half for lunch and half for dinner. So yes, I had cheese. Thank you for helping me solve that problem, chap. That's probably what it is. That sucks, because it was a very small amount of cheese. Stupid, sexy, tasty cheese. Ugh. Well, that's a spacebar item, so we can't take it, although I don't remember if it gives me bombs or not. No, it does not. Christ, is that all you do? It is. Well, it's bad enough as is. We don't want a run where we get nothing good item-wise either. Because I realised when we were talking about New Year's resolutions when we were playing Isaac, I think. I asked what everyone else's was and didn't cover my own, but that's the main one. I'm trying to work out what's setting off my IBS more. Trying to avoid eating anything that does that, so avoiding cheese. Certain nuts, I think, as well, and things like that. And just, in general, trying to eat a little bit healthier. Which is annoying because everything is unhealthy for you or gives you cancer. As we discussed. This room as Lilith is just nightmare fuel. Oh, but the aforementioned gammon dish, which, as we discovered, is an American, is a Britishism, so Americans don't know what that means. It's just, it's pork, essentially. I had a gammon shank with maple and balsamic vinegar sauce, and it was delicious. So much so that I bought another one yesterday. I'm not going to have it immediately, obviously. It's got a really good sell-by for some reason. It's like into the end of February. So I was like, yep, I'll have another one on hand for when I need them. Small rock, please. Gammon is salty bacon. Soylent Green is healthy and nutritious. If you ask Soylent Green whether it's healthy or delicious, it goes, please help me. So that presumably means yes. Right, Monstro is an easy get, so we'll get our deal. And we want something that's going to improve our damage tenfold. Not penfold, that's the guy from Danger Mouse. Voiced by David Jason. Wait, no, did David Jason voice Penfold or did he voice Danger Mouse? Damn it, I don't remember now. No, I'm pretty sure he voiced Penfold, right? Who here is old enough to know the answer to that without googling it? More HP straight away. Oh yeah, that'll do. Scythes that feed into themselves? Yep, okay. Obviously, a bit of a dangerous scenario HP-wise, but Rotten Baby is fantastic as Lilith. I'm going to clear the floor and then maybe visit the shop to try and get Spirit Heart just because HP is low now. That was personal goals. In terms of like work goals, I've been saying them like long before 2019 started. This is the year of Twitch, gotta be bigger. Not because I can't afford to live on what I'm earning from Twitch, but as I discussed before, I don't want to just get by on Twitch. I have to save for my I was going to say Wonder Years. That's not the... Well, I mean, that is the name of the TV show. Golden Years. But I thought that was associated with women. When I'm much older than I am now is the plan. So finding ways to make Twitch grow is my goal for the year. Now, do I have any idea how to do that? No. Not at all. So I will be learning and seeing what works. I think Golden Years just implies you're old, even though it is more associated with women because of the Golden Girls. But I might be mistaken about that. Flik's old people gaming stuff. Hey, there's already a market for that. There's that old lady who plays Skyrim. Or Morrowind, or whichever one it is. It's interesting that she'll have a short-lived career not because she's unpopular, but because she's old. Oh, dimensional. Well, without high range, that's not going to do anything for us. Well, it does improve your range by 2. Don't oof me, she's like 86 years old. I'm just being pragmatic. It's nice that she's found a way to do something with her later years that's also sociable, which is obviously a big issue for seniors. Watch her outlive us all. Now she'll outlive some of us. I'm sure of that. No, that's not what we're discussing. Also, she doesn't stream, I don't think. She does videos. Well, there might be some older or old equivalent person who does stream on Twitch, I don't know. That was contact damage and only did half heart. We're not discussing anyone in particular. We're discussing a what-if scenario where an older person, a very old person, who is making videos or streaming, gets some traction, but they have a short-lived career because they're in their 80s and they're gonna die.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
That's all. Nothing worse. Yeah, let's go back to talking about Gammon, although it's spelled with 2 M's for the record. Thank you, Kurt's Gaming Stuff, for the protection money. Here's a bribe, I mean gift, to get you to continue playing Tabletop Simulator. It's fun to watch. Well, have I got news for you? Because as long as Valinar and Evil Vice President are up for it, we'll be playing it after this.
48 hour energy.
Can't make use of that. Good to know those batteries are there, though. And we probably want to visit the shop this time. What we should really be discussing, because Blizzard are desperate for us to do so, is them retconning Soldier 76 so that he is a gay. And while it is absolutely hilarious that there's, like, if anyone follows Dodger, she retweeted a video someone made to the Can music of people doing homophobic tweets and saying, "I'll never play as Soldier 76 again." Basically just a montage of tweets like that going faster and faster to the Can, and it's hilarious. So despite that being a thing of beauty and being exceptionally hilarious to see, I still don't think we should be applauding a company that's clearly doing this to, 1, get attention, 2, tick a box, and 3, should not be applauded for retroactively making a character gay 3 years into his existence. You know, that's just me as a writer as well. I don't think that's the type of representation LGBT need in gaming, where it's purely for attention, or at worst, the writer's fanfiction. Also, you can totally tell they didn't plan it from the start, because if they did, he'd clearly be called Soldier 69. Thank you, Troy and Profit, for 21 months in a row. Also, I bet I'm the only one who's ever made that joke in the last few days. Thank you, Troy and Profit, for 21 months with Twitch Prime. Can't watch streams a lot, but more than happy to support. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's the whole Dumbledore's gay thing again, where J.K. Rowling was like, I didn't have any gay representation in my novels, but hipsters like me, so Dumbledore's gay. Yes. It is as stupid as that. Where it has no bearing. Not that it necessarily needs to have bearing. It can just be a thing. Like we were talking about when I watched, which Batman movie was it? Bad Blood, and they introduced Batwoman, and then the first point they show that she's a lesbian is very tastefully done, just to help inform her character. And then if they left it at that, it would have been perfect. Wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't have made a damn difference. It would have been really well done for a character who is established right from the start as being gay. Also, it comes across like them just like randomly picking. I had to think about this, and I'd like to pose a question to anyone who is in the camp of they are totally okay with Blizzard doing this, they're supportive of it. How would you feel, genuinely speaking, if they decided to retcon a different character's personality to make them be homophobic? Would that be okay? Would you be okay with it? Would you still play as them? Would you take issue with it? Because, especially if they've been around for 3 years, that honestly seems like the same type of thing to me. Oh, Crispy was literally just typing, what if they add in lore that Reaper, as in the character from Overwatch, is homophobic? And that's why they fell out or didn't like each other. Actually, that would be the real test about whether or not it's just one of the writer's fanfictions. If he turns out to also be gay, and they were fighting over that, whatever the person was called in that new story video they did. Beset, is it? Something like that? I didn't watch it because I don't care. Overwatch is dead and buried. They burned too much time, effort and money creating a league they entirely self-funded for no profit about a game that's not competitive because it's not balanced, instead of giving people what they wanted, which was establishing lore, maybe doing a game that's not just a hero-based shooter based in the Overwatch world, which would have been a fantastic idea. But they've lost too much market share to Fortnite. Kids don't care. That's another interesting thing, actually. Like, a percentage of people get really mad that Overwatch makes a character gay, and yet don't blink an eye at people running around as magical reindeers. Reindeers? Unicorns in Fortnite. It's like, it feels like it's a weird thing that I don't think it's just people who are homophobic who have an issue with it, is what I'm saying. And the ones that are not homophobic have a point. Because I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's a desperate cry for attention. Oh yeah, J.K. Rowling is a terrible person. Well, actually, no, that's not true. She supports charity. She is a terrible retconner and desperate to stay relevant, rather, now that her books are done. Her books that were aimed at children and are not particularly well written. She's an awful Twitter personality. I guess that's her professional job now, like Graham Linehan. They just be arseholes on Twitter for the rest of their lives and collect royalties. It's a way to make a living, I suppose. Thank you, Giant Dad Best Dad, for 19 months in a row. Feels like it's been a while since I've said your name. I'm alive. Honestly, feels great to be back. You've been without Wi-Fi since July of last... Well, Christ, that would explain why I've not said your name for a while. And now I can finally watch again. In other words, hi, Flik and chat. Hello, welcome back. Ooh, do I want more survivability or do I want more damage? I of course want more damage, thank you. We did not get the item room on this floor, so I'm glad I double checked because I was ready to leave. Because honestly, like, the thing with Overwatch is they are just ticking boxes. That is what it is. If you personally, like, feel better about the game because it has gay representation, that's not bad. Just because I feel like their motivation for doing it is bad doesn't mean everything that comes of it has to be bad. I am curious though, like, when they made Tracer a lesbian, that was such an obvious thing in terms of, like, male fantasy. And I know that sounds weird because if they're a lesbian, they're not going to be interested in a male fantasy, but that's not how it works. It felt obvious, and also because for some reason they still think Tracer is the poster child of Overwatch. Because Jeff really wants to fuck her. I'm surprised that they went with Soldier 76 of all people, for a whole bunch of reasons. It doesn't matter who they pick, because the art will already have existed. Ooh, there's a nice thing, although sadly we lose sides. The art will have already existed for every character, including the hamster probably, forever. So from that perspective it doesn't matter. From a lore perspective, in what way does it inform his character that 3 years later we know his sexuality when he already has a character arc where he was the glorious leader of Overwatch. He had a fall from grace. He now doesn't believe in the system, is rebelling against it, and he's kind of like a vigilante rebel. That informs his character. He didn't need anything else. They've still not finished developing the main part that is him. Oh yeah, that's the point I was going to move into. They're going to retcon somebody to be transsexual, they're going to retcon someone to be bisexual, pansexual, for the attention. Why are my Tech X shots not getting much bigger? I'm assuming because they're coming from Incubus. Because that's not making Tech X as good as it could be. Or maybe it's the tier effect actually, the feeding in, so it gimps Tech X's size. Makes it a little bit harder. It's not a dead set win now. Because keep in mind, it's not the first time Overwatch has done something like this. Like, people got mad at Farah's heritage, so they just randomly put in a picture in the Christmas 2 years ago comic to show that she had a First Nation father, so that it wasn't disrespectful that she had certain alternative skins that aren't even her, like, story skin, if you want to call it that. It's like, no, it's not offensive that she has a Native American looking skin because her father's First Nation. It's like, they retconned that. That was not informing her character. Showing that she has a First Nation father is, but they didn't do it for the right reason. They did it so they could get away with having certain skins available for her. Which Overwatch character will identify as an Apache attack helicopter? Well, Bastion, obviously. Yeah, the Tracer thing was also a checkbox, but the fact it was Tracer was also a red light. Who were you shooting at? He always seems to start by shooting to the right. I think they changed him to do that, because everyone is inclined to go right to dodge him when the fight starts. Why the right? I don't know. Hello. I'm surprised they didn't make it McCree. He seems like the do anything to anything sort. You know what I mean? He's just kind of like filthy. McCree's in a relationship with that. I didn't watch the Ash short, so if that's in that, fair enough. In that case, make Ash be the transsexual one then. Pre-op, obviously. They have a love triangle with Bob. Oh yeah, go robosexuality, to steal the phrase from Futurama. You know, that would be an interesting way to deal with sexuality in the Overwatch universe, although I think they just kind of... Because all the shorts have shown that the robots, I've forgotten what they're called. I was going to say Omicrons, but that's not right. That's the alien race from Futurama. Omnics. There, I remembered. It's been a while. They've established all through the lore that Omnics have relationships with humans, and there's people who don't like that. Use that as an analogue for sexuality and homophobia in the real life workplace. Well, living space, I guess. Like, they have an inbuilt-in lore that's been in from day one way to deal with the issues of sexuality in their hero-based shooter, might add, that they're choosing to ignore. Like, make one of them have a crush on Zenyatta or something. You know, they could have done something clever with it. Again, not wait 3 fecking years to decide... Oh, Christ, you look sinister as hell. To decide, so-and-so's gay. That would be far too clever, but they have actual writers. Well, they have 2 writers, one of which handles most things, as far as I understand. I think I remember doing a panel at one of the BlizzCons. The reason they didn't do it the smart way, incidentally, is purely because, at the end of the day, they are a hero-based shooter. They don't have the means by which to tell a super in-depth story, which is entirely why they should have gone in a different direction. People wanted more of Overwatch 2 years ago, or even like a year and a half ago. But they didn't want it in the form of, let's put everything into making a unbalanced hero game a competitive shooter. They just... Overwatch is dying. Like, it is... In the video sense, it's obviously been dead for a long time. But as a game that interests people, it's dying a horrible death. And Blizzard needs it to stay successful because they don't really have anything else. I imagine if they're doing something desperate like this at this particular moment, right after a Christmas event finished, that probably means they're worried about the lack of attention the Christmas event got. Because I didn't even go and play it, I couldn't be asked. Fortnite is probably eating a lot of their player base. The kids who liked Overwatch have changed to Fortnite because Fortnite's the in thing, for better or worse. So yeah, they're probably worried, and I don't think this is going to solve their issue, really. Oh, is it? Yeah, sure, there's a difference between saying you know something and knowing it. Because the great thing is, if they don't commit when they claim a year in advance to know what they're doing with an LGBT character, there's no way for anyone to prove them wrong. Because the implication when they said that a year and a bit ago, that, oh yeah, we know who the next LGBT character is, they implied that they're adding one. But they only imply it. So if they don't, and they retcon something, they can be like, yeah, that's what we meant. Well, you didn't realise? Non-committal committal is what it's called. It's like if someone asks you, should we get married? And you reply, yeah, we should get married sometime. You're basically saying yes, but you're not setting a date. So you can be as vague as you like and go for as long as however you want before you commit to anything. Did they hint at it in the voice lines and stuff? I'm going to not retcon. I'm going to reuse a joke I made in Discord this morning. Every time he said, I'm not your father, he whispered in a hushed tone afterwards, I'm your daddy. And, yeah, the hints were there, we just didn't see them. Thank you, Marley, for 8 months in a row. Almost Twitch baby time. Another month closer to 1 year. Almost 2 years. If you want to look that far. Look, that was an awesome joke, and I didn't get the credit it deserved when I said it in Discord, because I said it early and no bugger was around, so I'm reusing it now for a bigger test run. Zeppo, stop trying to kill my awesome joke. You're doing exactly what Redris did. Did I miss a bits thing? Oh, I did! I'm sorry, Daniel. I will read it in a second. I went into a room by mistake. Well, on purpose, but I need a second to double check and read back your message. I did indeed. I was too busy getting on my high horse about Blizzard's inept writing. Thank you for the bits, Daniel. Just some teeth for you for the battle report. Thank you. And thank you, Shiro, for 28 months in a row. I forgot what the third Twitch baby name was. Just call it Reject. Also, I'm glad Soldier is unfashionable dude who can't dance like me. Excuse me? Are you saying his dad dance is bad? Wow. Didn't realize you were homophobic. Think of it, not that I'm reusing a joke, think of it that when I used it in Discord this morning, I was beta testing it. And given that I got the exact same reply from Zeppo as I did to Redris, it probably still needs some work. You're a homophobic homo. Yep. Don't make fun of his dad dance ever again. Also, what is this? Oh, you have a body that shoots. Okay. Well, Mom's knife would be a little boring, so we'll take this instead. Because at least if we hold on to Tech X, there is a chance that we'll pick up something else that will affect our tears and make them real weird. Well, anyway, we've already given Overwatch way too much. You have Bart Simpson, baby. Or Super Saiyan, I guess. Way too much attention, because that's exactly what they want. They don't care if they get good press or bad press on this. What they care about is getting press so people go, oh yeah, I remember Overwatch. What I will say, though, is everyone who replied with horribly homophobic things are arseholes. Funny, but arseholes. The best ones were, oh my god, my main was gay. Those kind of things. They just made me laugh my ass off. It's like the people who played Bully back in whatever and got really pissed off that they couldn't get 1,000 out of 1,000 gamer score on it for achievements because they didn't want to do the one where you have to kiss a boy. It's like, how dare Rockstar lock 1,000 gamer points behind having to be gay in a game? Taste the Rainbow. I'm pretty sure that's what the achievement was called, incidentally. It's only gay if you like the kiss. I don't think that's the rules. I thought it was only gay if your balls touched. Huh, it's a weird room. So just for future, I'm going to destroy those so I can go to the side door. Not going to do that room. Look, there's a lot of rules, okay? Can't expect you to know all of them. Thank you, Sias, for 2 months in a row. Welcome back for that second month. That's very nearly an entire year. Keep up the great content. But now you're just being sarcastic. Maybe I'm misremembering, but didn't one of the previous, like, online viewable Overwatch... No, I don't want to talk about Overwatch. Well, one last thing, because I think I remember this correctly, and I might not be. I swear, one of the online comics, the one where it dealt with, like, Soldier 76 gets attacked by Reaper and then Anna saves him. It must have been just after Anna got introduced. Did it not do flashbacks that implied they had a relationship? I might be misremembering, but I feel like there was something like that between 76 and Anna. Like just a little nod, because for everyone, like, the headcanon was Soldier 76 was Farah's father. Illegitimately, but her father. And that didn't just come out, well, maybe it did come out of nowhere, but I feel like there was some kind of reference that, like, they kind of used the fans' desire for it being true and just kind of gave them a nod. Well, you say a gay person can't have a straight relationship, you homophobe. Yep. See, now you're just doing your best impersonation of Twitter in the year of our Lord 2019. I think it implied they'd just been very close, like close friends. That's fair enough. I don't remember fully. I'm having vague memories of it. I only ever read it the once. But hey, yeah, that's enough about Overwatch. I don't mind talking about that as an issue, but I don't particularly want to give Overwatch any more publicity. They killed themselves. Oh, also, we got Little Brim from Camping Conception. which is a pretty good draw when you're playing as Lilith. Ugh. Also, I'm skidding around on it. Oh, there's still enemies. Whoops. Also, is Evil Vice President here? I don't remember saying hello to him. I guess Valinor and I can just play a 2-player game of Four Souls. It is 2 to 4 players. I did not see that Games Workshop are increasing the cost of their paints and starter sets. What are they increasing the cost of their paints to? That's very annoying. I'm on a painting spree of 40k miniatures and Batman miniatures. I'm using a lot of it. It's already too expensive, unless they're increasing the... I have no idea what this does. Unless they're also increasing the base size. Blaming Brexit. Like they already aren't overcharging for their shit. On that subject, I painted 3 robo-skeletons today. I didn't have good light by the time I finished, so I didn't post a picture, but I will do. Tomorrow, probably. That room took me way longer than it should have. Do I have enough to play Batman? No, because I still haven't had my bloody sewer markers and Gotham buildings delivered. Now, the Gotham buildings I can technically play a game without, but you need the sewers and lampposts. I think towards the end of this week I will be recording another 40k battle report, though. The Tyranids are ready to take the field. It does mean that 2 of my models are not going to be painted. My 2 Carnifexes aren't done and I don't want to rush them. Because I'm in need of a bigger paintbrush for them. I don't like using thin paintbrushes on big models, but I have been doing it. And I wrecked my biggest one.
Question marks?
Thank you, Unknown. You say that like Games Workshop giving you more paint for their money, the very idea, but their washes now come in much bigger containers. The price went up compared to what they used to charge, but you're getting more wash. It's like 2 times or 2.5 times the size of a normal paint tub now if you buy one of their washes. I'm just gonna go. $40p on the paints? Usually they increase their prices in July, but they're doing it in January? Or are they holding off until later? It's still annoying. Because, I want to spend less frivolously this year as well, which kind of means I want to spend less on hobby stuff. And there we go, them increasing the price of the one part of the hobby. I was like, paint's not that expensive. That's okay to keep on buying that as I need it. They'll increase again in July. That wouldn't surprise me. Greedy arseholes. It's February for the increase. That's still way ahead of when they would normally. Maybe it's time to switch over to army paint or paints or something. I can't attest to their quality though. I can attest to the quality of their brushes. I like the brushes. We're gonna have a bit too many followers in terms of like being able to hit Mom dead on. It was very good though. Krampus. Nope, but nothing I can take. They got their J-months mixed up. Oh, the reason I was doing 3 Necron warriors at once is because I was kind of testing how quickly I could like assembly line them. And in terms of painting them, yeah, they paint fast. Like that is not a problem. I can probably paint them the fastest of any of my models. The problem with the Necron Warriors is they're an old sculpt and I don't like how they assemble. So that's the slower part. Villaggio are good paints. That was lucky. It's annoying because you just got back into building and painting as well. If I'm responsible for that, I can only apologise. Look at the baby. Yeah, I got Sailor Baby. He has a tash. I also got whatever the hell that is, baby. What is... He's got like... I don't know, glaucoma eyes and he's blepping? Weird. Dead end. For every dead end I find on this floor, it makes it less likely we're going to win. And yes, if I'd taken Mom's knife, we would have won. That's not particularly what I was after. Hello, Samurai. Oh, Daniel, if you're still here, they revealed some more new Orc models, but I think they're only for fantasy. Some new Grots and Squigs, I think. Oh, for anyone who wasn't here on Sunday, Valinar and I tried to play a short 500-point Warhammer 40k game using Tabletop Sim. It took us a while, and we didn't technically finish it because we only did 3 turns. In terms of a proof of concept, it went quite well. It's new goblins. If I called them Gretchen instead of goblins, is that racist? I think I could take them in a fight. I don't care if it is. But Gretchen is just their Warhammer 40k name. They're still the same damn thing. And homophobic, god damn it. Alright, we need some spirit hearts here, please. Nope. Wait, we've already found the secret room, it's not going to be there. Or rather, the second secret room is not going to be there. One more. That's not going to reach. This better be worth it. I want that. Mine. Was that worth how many bombs I spent? Probably not. Ooh. Okay, I've been here, it's fine. Just a bit of time wasted. Are there any other games I want to play in Tabletop Simulator? Funny you should mention that, because on my day off I went through the workshop and downloaded a bunch more just to look at the quality of the mods. Yeah. And I downloaded quite a lot to try. They all look... Oh, Christ. They all look very good quality. The problem is I don't know how to play a lot of them. Like, for instance, I found the Dark Souls board game, but the proper model version, not the card game. Which would be interesting to me, because that's a co-op game, not a adversarial game. For 1 to 4 players or whatever. The Pokemon card game is on there. There's another Pokemon board game called like Mystery Dungeon or something. Well, when we load up Tabletop Sim, I can show you the DLC list of the things I've been downloading to try, just to see. Nobody knows how to play the Pokemon card game. The Pokemon card game is exceptionally basic. I played it when I was a kid. But there's a different one that looks much more complex. The card game is good for Dark Souls. I got that mod downloaded, it's just that I don't know how to play it, so it'd be a case of the blind leading the blind if we tried to learn it. At least with 40k 8th edition and Isaac I had a head start because I'd read the rules in advance. Oh, I should have done one more room so we had a charge. That could cost me, even with the Empress damage. Oh, I thought I'd be high enough, or rather low enough for that not to hit me. It's not just about surviving, it's about having enough HP to do the chest. These small enemies are hard to hit. Got him. Okay, well at the very least we live to the chest. So we get to hopefully get some items to improve our survivability. Survivability, rather. Now, 3 of these are interesting. Will that do anything for a shot, I wonder? It might. We immediately got a very bad room. We have a Jason baby. Oh, you're still alive. I thought it was dead. No, that was a bad dodge. Yeah, we're gonna lose, unfortunately. Unless we get like lard or something from this. Nope. Unfortunate, but I got further than I thought I would playing as Lilith, and yeah, it would have been a win if I'd taken Mom's knife. But I ain't about that. Ooh, Lilith is very fast. I mean, Lust is very fast, Lilith is not, usually. Although we're at 1.8, so we're pretty fast. Oh, this room can just screw you depending on if they both choose to fire their death beams at once. What is that? Is that meant to be like a ghost panda or something? Why are you talking about D&D? Oh, on the subject of not D&D but still kind of close. Oh yeah, it's a geisha. Yeah, I think you're right. Hero Quest is on there, and I played Hero Quest when I was a kid, and that's basically D&D without all the tedious role-playing that I don't like. And it seemed like a pretty good recreation. Hero Quest was eventually rebranded as Warhammer Quest, I believe. Also, I think Warhammer Quest 2 is getting a PC release. I'm pretty sure I have an email setting about it because apparently I know the schools went back on yesterday. I guess a lot of work went back yesterday as well because yesterday I started getting a bunch more emails again after not getting very many across the Christmas season. Ghost Panda? I prefer Ghost Panda to Geisha, but up to interpretation, I guess. We finally got an item and it's not even very good. We found Blue Baby. What? He's got a car. It's Car Baby. I want to see it move, but I've got too many followers. Oh, it doesn't like turn and steer, okay. Oh, the little bombs almost killed me. Alright, we got an extra hit, that might be enough. Plus this little battery charge there. I want to see what they do. Do they all shoot? Oh, okay. Our bombs are a lot better. Bag baby. Oh, and I immediately lost the heart. Damn it. Ooh, that psychic shot was so close to hitting me. I thought it did. Skin of my teeth. Isn't that interesting? It looks like I have two of the same random baby. It's just that one chose very smartly to wear a bag on its head. For those watching after the fact on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed and didn't mind the topic of conversation. We will see you soon for some more. Ta-ta for now.